How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and we are here with Grayson Murphy, Saucony Pro Athlete, and today we finally have the shoe we've all been waiting for, the Saucony Endorphin Edge. Now, Grayson, you have experience on the roads with carbon plate shoes, but now we finally have one that's translating over to the trails. What are your first thoughts getting this in hand?
I'm really excited to take it out and see what it feels like. I think there's a lot of potential for these on the trail.
Perfect. Well, we are here in your hometown, on your home trails, gonna do some damage, bomb down some hills. Let's head on out and see what these are all about. All right, so we just finished up our trail run. Grayson, you were moving quick. I was struggling to keep up. Now that you've gotten this shoe on your feet, what were your first thoughts? What did it feel like underfoot?
Initially, I was really impressed with how cushioned it was, and it just feels really comfortable, and you don't feel any rocks poking you, which is really nice.
Yeah, and when we talk about cushioning, that is a very important element to this shoe. We've got the Power Run PB. We saw it on the Pro. You're very familiar with that shoe. Now we see it on the trails. What did it feel like on foot? Was it responsive? Was it springy? How did it feel?
It's great. You know, it's responsive and springy, but it's more subtle than the road shoe, but I think that's exactly what you want on a trail shoe.
Now, you've talked about the road shoe specifically having that very aggressive speed roll. Did you notice it quite as much in this shoe, or did it feel a little bit different on the trail?
It's a little different. You know, it's more subtle and more natural feeling. This has a little more give to it too than the road shoe, but I think that's nice, and it gives you the proprioception you need on the trail.
And you talk about that give, and
Yep.
Initially I wouldn't think that when you have a carbon plate in the shoe, you think stiff. How did that carbon plate feel on foot? Was it noticeable on kind of your first couple strides?
Not totally, not like the road shoe where you definitely notice you're wearing a different kind of shoe, but I think over a long distance you would notice that your legs are still maintaining a lot of energy and a lot of pop.
So you get that efficiency, you still get a little bit of that stiffness, but it adapts a little bit more to the trail.
Yep, exactly.
Now, moving on down to the outsole, another very important part of the trail shoe. What did you feel like the grip felt like? Did it handle well on the trails we ran on today?
Yeah, we were on some gravel, some bigger rocks today too, and I felt like neither of us were slipping much, which was really nice, and I think it would still give you a smooth ride on a smoother trail too.
Now, another shoe you use quite a bit on the trails is the Peregrine. I feel like this is probably going to be a shoe you kind of go back and forth. Why might you use this shoe over the Peregrine, and then when would you maybe bring out the Peregrine?
I think if you're looking for something a little more nimble, if you're not on your feet for quite as long, maybe go for the Peregrine. If you're going to be out there for a couple hours and you really are looking for something faster, but you're on maybe a more buffed out trail, this would be perfect.
Perfect. Now, moving on to the upper, kind of rounding the shoe together, what did you feel about the fit? Or do you always kind of look for that snug, secure fit when you're racing?
Personally, yes. I like to feel like the shoe's not going to come off my foot while I'm racing, so I like that, but it's still comfortable. It doesn't feel tight in any way, and my toes felt like they had a lot of room too, especially on the downhill.
Yeah. Well, the shoe's kind of, every part of it is well thought out. Is this a shoe that you and other Saucony athletes have been asking for a while?
Yeah, I think we've seen the progression of the carbon plated shoes on the road and what that has done to times on the road, and it was only natural that we wanted that on the trail too, so we're very excited for this.
All right, final question I have for you. When are we gonna see this on your feet, racing out on the trails?
This summer, I'm really excited, and hopefully I'll be wearing this, crossing some finish lines.
Perfect, you heard it here first. Grayson Murphy's gonna debut this summer. We're gonna see some PRs, we're gonna see some wins. I think we're gonna see some big things in the Saucony Endorphin Edge. If you're looking to get a pair on your own feet, they're available now. You can find them here at Running Warehouse.